Do people show and receive love in different ways? According to Dr. Gary Chapman, the answer to that question is yes. Up next, we discuss the five love languages and how we learn to love each other in the ways we best understand. Hello, and welcome to the Loveology podcast, where we talk about love and life with laughter. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jason.
He's the carefree one.
She's the serious one.
And we're married.
We have been since 2012, and we like to think of ourselves as a couple of loveologists.
Not because we are the experts, but because we just love love.
We enjoy studying and talking about it, so we thought, let's just start a podcast.
A place where we can share what we have learned about love, relationships, and marriage.
You can share what you've learned, and we can all grow together.
So here we are. Are you ready?
Let's get started. Hey, what's going on, everybody in the podcast land? How are you doing this great Monday?
Hi everyone.
What's up, babe? This is my wonderful, lovely, beautiful, awesome wife, Ashley. How are you doing, love?
I'm doing fantastic.
That is amazing. I'm doing wonderful. And apologize, our voices are a little raspy.
Yeah, we've been hit with a little allergy bug or something. I don't know.
I mean, I've been hit with a dominating on the spade table and domino bug. I've been doing a lot of hollering.
Oh, okay. I don't know about him, but my problem is that I'm a little sick. So
and Top Golf, I was dominating in Top Golf as well. First time playing Top Golf and dominate. So I did doing a lot of hollering. So voice is raspy. So excuse it. But we're still gonna drop some great information. So let's get this show on the road.
That's right. We are talking about the 5 love languages.
Yes, finally. The 5 love languages. This is what when we started this podcast, I couldn't wait to talk about this episode. So please, if you are listening, get ready because it's going to be a great one. All right?
Yeah. Okay. So if you haven't heard of this yet, yes, it's called The 5 Love Languages. It is a book that was written by a doctor named Dr. Gary Chapman. He's a marriage counselor, and it was published in 1992. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people are familiar with this, but a lot of people are still not familiar with it. Right. Jason and I learned about this when pretty early on in our marriage. I don't think we learned about it until we got married, right?
Right. Yeah. And you told me about it. I didn't know anything about it, but once I found out about it, I fell in love.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he really, we both really liked it. So basically the premise, well, he wrote a book, but I just want to state that Jason and I never actually read the book.
We didn't read it all the way through, but we read some parts of it.
I don't think we read the book at all. So later on, we'll tell you, basically we went and took a quiz to find out what our love languages were. And we took that quiz and we just moved from there. So later on, we'll let you know how you can go take the quiz for yourself if you choose to do that.
Correct.
So basically the premise of the book, though, was that different people with different personalities express love in different ways.
Yes.
And Dr. Chapman called these different ways the 5 love languages. So really quickly, they are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. So each individual has at least one language that they prefer above the other. So as we go through this, it's not, that you you would like to receive love in all of these ways, probably, but you have one that you prefer over the other one, the one that just really make you feel loved.
Exactly.
And it's the way that you probably show love the most as well. Yeah. So
don't you think that's like always the rule? Like if someone feels or someone if they receive this love this type of way, don't they automatically gonna give it? That's how they're gonna give it as well?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. And I saw an interview with this doctor who came up with this, and he said that most couples, like, their love languages never match. I mean, sometimes it does, but either if they match, then it's like it's a different dialect, like of the language.
Okay.
But majority of the time, your love languages won't match. So what a cruel joke that is, right?
Yeah, that means it's hard work.
Yeah. So, honey, how about we go through yours first?
Let's go.
What are your love languages? What is the one that you prefer the most? Can y'all guess? What do you guys think?
It is words of affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2 is physical touch.
Yes.
Right? So
Yeah.
how we want to break that down to my people?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you have been listening to the podcast, I think you can hear that Jason compliments me a lot.
Pretty much every episode.
Yes, he's always calling me,
Wonderful.
beautiful, wonderful,
Awesome.
so
Amazing.
words of affirmation. He just does it naturally.
Yeah, it just flows off my tongue because I'm showing love, and that's how I obviously like to receive the language of love.
Yeah.
Through words of affirmation.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's basically what words of affirmation is. Speaking how you feel about the person.
Right, and
Compliments.
I was just about to say, and I don't even know that I look forward to these words of affirmation that I want my wife to give to me daily. I don't even know I want it. In it, like I said, it even carryovers to my job as well. You would like to hear your boss say, "Hey, good job." So not to try to stray away too far, but words of affirmation. These love languages go deep, right? So go forward with the next.
Yeah, I mean, and I also wanted to say about that, words of affirmation is like basically when I come to Jason with an issue as well, it just has to be kind.
I say it has to be in a critique sandwich.
Yes.
So
go ahead, tell the people what the critique sandwich is.
The critique sandwich tastes great, right? So this critique sandwich is something positive initially, and then the negative or the critique in the middle, and then end with something positive. So that's the critique sandwich. I like it when you're giving me a critique, or if you have something to say negatively, I guess. I would love it if you start with something positive and end with something positive.
Yeah, I think it's pretty ridiculous, but
I think it's awesome. Y'all should try it.
Gets on my nerves, but it is what it is. So he does not respond well to negative reinforcement.
I mean, I enjoy criticism.
Yes, you can take criticism,
right?
But it has to be.
It has to be dressed right. You just can't talk crazy to me. I'm not gonna. Come on. Who wants to get talked crazy to?
Right.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Right. So, and then your second, highest one was physical touch, and this is not just sex, right?
Right.
Which that is part of it.
Yes.
And I would venture to say that most men,
right,
the physical touch is kind of up there,
right?
But no, it is just hugs, pats on the back, back massages,
all that.
It's
just randomly, if I'm walking by her, my hand can just rub down her back. It just automatically does it.
Yeah.
It's just I'm just passing my energy through to her through her. So it's just showing a touch of love is, I guess that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah. So guess what mines are? Not what my highest ones are.
Right. They're not what mines are. Right. It would be just too easy for her love language to be words of affirmation and physical touch. So that means that both of us all day will be giving each other words of affirmation. Hey, babe, love you, all that good stuff, and then touching each other, and that will make everything easier. But no, relationships will work, and so her stuff is different. So now I gotta think differently when I want to show love to her.
Right. Exactly. So mine is acts of service.
She want me to work.
I want you to go wash some dishes, baby.
I don't know how that, mean I love you. Manual labor.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, this one is it's kind of tricky because it's like, I mean, we need to share responsibilities of
Mm-hmm.
like household chores and stuff. But I kind of feel like basically I do show love by doing things for people.
Right.
And so if you allow me to run around and do too much for you and not even offer to help at all, then I really feel offended. Like you don't
Right.
love me. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm just that is I mean it's not just like household, it's just doing stuff, picking you up, I just show love. If you need a ride, I'm gonna pick you up. I just do stuff for people.
Right.
And so yeah. So yeah, that's a big one. But I think I don't know, sometimes this doesn't really feel fair that this is a love language. It's like, no, you should be helping me clean up the house regardless. Right. Do
Ye-
y'all feel me? Does everybody feel me?
yeah, I think the ladies probably feel you. And yes, we all should do our own, do our helping hand to make sure our living space is nice and clean and
Mhm.
tidy. So I can't agree with you on that. I just don't. I don't see how it's a love language. So that means I have to fix my mind to say, hey, let me show my wife some love, not by giving her words of affirmation, not by physically touching her, hugging her, and kissing on her. No, I have to go wipe off the refrigerator.
I mean, it could be something else too. Like, I mean, when I was pregnant and I couldn't put my shoes on, you putting my shoes on is an act of service.
Yeah.
You're serving me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In
Yeah.
some sort of way. And I mean, obviously, I wanted to do it myself, but I couldn't. So, you took the time to do that. So it can be anything like that. I mean,
Yeah.
because like I said, I show my friends love like that too. Like I said, if they need a ride somewhere, oh yeah, I got you. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna pick you up. You know what I mean, or
Right.
whatever.
Or here's a good one for all the fellas out there and the ladies. The man getting the gas where the woman doesn't ever have to get gas.
Yeah, I haven't had to pump gas in like
Years.
no.
It's been years.
Jason, it has not been.
How long
years.
has it been?
I don't know, but it has not been years, plural. I mean,
2 years.
well, I think when I became pregnant is when you like really got on it. Like, okay, Ashley's not pumping any gas.
Yeah. So that's a good easy if your significant other, fellas, if your significant others is her love language is acts of service. That's an easy one to score love points off of, and simply is just pumping the gas.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right?
Yep. So my second highest one was quality time. And it means like undivided attention,
So no cell phones, no tablets, no TV,
Mm-hmm.
no blinking, no breathing. Everything you gotta look. I have to look in my wife's eyes, hold her hands, and receive what she's telling me. Actually paying attention, actively listening,
Mm-hmm.
and giving a educated response that makes sense because it matches with what she said.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And I think I mentioned on a
And
previous
real quick, and that sound ridiculous, right?
what?
Like, well, what I mean, for some people may say that, yeah, that's normal conversation, that's communication. You should always do that. But I mean, come on, we know as people out there, ladies and the gentlemen, do it where you don't listen to your partner as they're talking or as they telling you what's going on or how their day went. You're kind of daydreaming about other things, so you want to stay focused, especially you should do it anyways,
Yes.
right? But especially if your mate is their love language is quality time.
Yeah, I mean, especially in today's a day and age
So
where
much distractions.
yeah, all these cell phones and stuff like that, it's really easy to, divide your attention for sure. And I think I mentioned in a previous episode that like one of the very first dates that Jason and I went on, we were we were at like this restaurant and there was TVs up and my back was to the TV and Jason was facing the TV and he asked me to switch seats with him and I was like, well, why? Yeah, okay, but why? And he was like, I don't want to be distracted by the TV. And that was very attractive to me, right?
Scored
And
1,000 love points.
yes, I did not know that we didn't know about love languages at that point.
Right.
And so, so this is definitely true. When I found out about this, I was like, that came back to me very, that situation came back to me right away because I was like, oh, I remember being so impressed and it felt so special that you would give up your game to talk
Right.
to me and actually make an effort to not be distracted by the TV. So, but like I said, ask me what he do now when the game is on.
Well, yeah, and to tell the truth, probably that wasn't one of my teams that I really even care about. To be honest, now if it was the Dallas Cowboys game on, yeah, we probably wouldn't even been on that date. I would have been watching the game somewhere else. But hey, that's neither here nor there. So, I did the right thing, luckily, and now we're married.
Yeah. And so the rest of my love languages that go in this order is physical touch, words of affirmation, and then receiving gifts. It's interesting that both of our, I don't think you went through all of yours, but both of our love languages, the last one on our list is receiving gifts.
Right.
So we're not very big gift people.
Right.
But, the second to last one is his first one. The second to last love language for me, words of affirmation, is Jason's primary way of receiving love. So you already know the struggle, right?
Right. Exactly.
Because basically, what happens is because I
turns into a robot.
Not saying that I don't receive. Again, we all receive love in these ways, but the top two are the ways that you receive them primarily. So, and they are the ways that you naturally give them. So I naturally do a lot of stuff for Jason, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Easy.
And Jason naturally tells me how wonderful I am.
Yes, all the time. You're wonderful, love.
Yes. So I just don't feel the need to, he don't have to tell me good job like every day, but I got to tell him good job every single day.
Not every day.
Yes. Yeah. You just, I don't have to, but I like to make you happy. So you just be grinning from ear to ear.
And she just run a game on me. Whatever.
When I tell you how wonderful you are and you're great. This is all true. It's not like it's a lie, but I just have to remind myself to say it, honestly. Right. Because I actually recently just told Jason that he was the most important person in my life, and I don't know why. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you, love.
And he was like, "Really?" And I'm like, yeah, don't I show you? Don't I do all this? Don't I pick up your drawers? Don't I show you how much I love you? But
my drawers going to me.
Nah. Yeah, that I was just joking.
I'm
sorry.
That's clear. My drawers go into the basket.
You do very well with your underwear going into the hamper, but shirts, shorts, jeans, anything else, fair game for them to go on the floor.
Sometimes you get tired. They just fall off.
Yeah.
So what about so you talked about the other love languages. So let's talk about each one other than those. So we already talked about basically 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the last one? Receiving gifts.
Receiving gifts.
So what if your partner that's their primary love language, receiving gifts?
Mm-hmm.
To a man, would you say run?
No. No.
Because you gotta like give gifts all the time.
No, not necessarily.
But their love language is receiving gifts.
But it don't mean, just because yours is extreme and I got to do it every day doesn't mean that somebody else has to, because you don't have to give me acts of service every single day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, it's when I'm doing the most is when I feel like, okay, you can't see me running around here doing everything.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do anything,
Yeah.
So I mean, I knew then that I could never date a selfish person when I realized that, like, I didn't know about the love languages, but I know that I just knew that I was a doer and I just give, and I have to have a non-selfish person, which you are.
So if I had gifts as my primary, what are some of the things that you would do to fulfill my love? Give, communicate through my love language.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you what Mr. Dr. Gary Chapman said as far as what receiving gifts is, and it says that the receiver of gifts thrives on thoughtfulness and the effort behind the gift. So a perfect gift or gesture shows that you are known, you are cared for, and that you are prized above whatever was sacrificed to bring the gift to you. A missed birthday, anniversary, or a hasty, thoughtless gift would be disastrous.
Wow.
So would be the absence of everyday gestures. Gifts are visual representations of love and are treasured greatly. So, I mean, I don't know. Well, I guess we need to read the book and find out more about that one. But yeah, I mean, it's basically like those big holidays. I need a gift for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I need a gift on Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't give me, Happy Valentine's Day. No, I need a gift,
Right.
And me, like, I mean, I guess I want a gift too on those days, but
yeah,
maybe not. We can go do something.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just kind of thinking about, like, okay, if you was receiving gifts, like, man, it seems like I gotta constantly buy flowers, which I do. I do randomly buy you flowers.
Yes, Jason does.
Yes.
It's great.
And so
see that? Words of affirmation.
Thank you, love. Just makes me melt like butter. I'm thinking about, like, maybe like just little stuff. I think I kind of, luckily I do give you like random gifts, not necessarily a lot, but a pretty decent amount. Like probably like once every 2 weeks you're getting a random gift.
What are you talking about?
Come on, babe.
You bringing home stuff that...
Okay, but you get it.
He be bringing home all sorts of stuff from his job, and I'm just like, okay. Some of it is good, some of it is not.
But all right, so let's move right along for the people.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, again, we're not saying that, and Dr. Gary Chapman is not saying that you don't receive love. Like, you're not happy if you receive a gift. You just show and receive love in primary ways. So, it's definitely an everyday struggle for Jason and I to remember to love each other in the way that they receive love. But right. I know that it was, it just makes me more accepting. Like, okay, I know this is his love language. This is not my love language, but I need to make an effort to love him in the way that he receives love, because a lot of people, like I said, I was kind of like, when I told him that he was the most important person in my life and he didn't know this, I'm just like, how did you not know this? But it's because I didn't say those words.
Right.
And because that is the way that he received it. So now that I've said those words, he gets it. So I can run around and try to show him that he's the most important person in my life all day long, which I still need to do that too.
Right.
But he really gets it if I say it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm a man, and we kind of like take things literal and just, straight to the point. Yeah, definitely. I hear you. So, and the thing is, initially it's gonna be kind of hard to show love language, show or speak to your mate through their love languages. But as you continue to work on it, as you continue to do it, it becomes easier and easier and easier. And which we haven't made. I haven't made it to the point where it just flows. But I think there is a time where it will flow, and I think that's gonna be like your marriage starts to go like on autopilot a little bit. Like as far as just, I think it'd be less. I mean, it's still gonna be ups and downs, but I think you get out of those downs quicker, and you stay more so on the highs. Would you think that's true?
Yeah, I think so.
Once you get this thing down packed, this communication and trust is the foundation of all relationships. So we did one of our previous episodes, we talked about communication. This is part of communication. This is the foundation of love communication. Learning how to speak to a person. If I'm speaking in a different language, if I'm speaking in Mandarin and you don't know Mandarin, well, you're not going to receive the message, right? So you gotta know your mate's love language, and you got to speak to them in that love language. And how can these people, podcast listeners, loveologists, how can they get this test? Because that's so important.
Yeah, so you can visit 5lovelanguages.com to take a quiz. They actually, I just recently went on there, and they actually have like quizzes for your children and all this other stuff now. So they have like a specific one for military people, which we're military, so I thought that was awesome. I didn't look at it though, but
I highly recommend you to do it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Could you say the web address again?
5lovelanguages.com.
Is it spelled out?
No, 5 is the numeral 5.
So the number 5, lovelanguages.com.
And you'll see, it's very easy. You'll see where to take the quiz, and ask your partner to take it too, and hopefully both of you will be open to attempting to try to love each other, and just see how it works. Like I said, it's definitely worked for us.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you're taking the test, keep in mind,
yes,
please be truthful
yes.
to yourself, because if you don't be truthful to yourself, try to answer it the best way you can and be truthful, because if not, it's gonna skew the answers, obviously. And so now you think you're this love language, but you're not, because you didn't answer it right.
Yeah.
So be sure to do that. All right.
Yeah, for sure. And so that's it for that.
Yeah. I mean, and so this is really cut straight to the point, but it's so important, and it kicks your relationship to a whole nother level, that I would, it just, you wouldn't believe. So just really take advantage of that, right? Just take advantage of it. Again, the number 5, lovelanguages.com. All right. And so we're going to go ahead and get this show on the road. Right. So this was a great episode. Wednesdays, again, we're going to do a live discussion about your 5 love languages. So please be armed with your love languages. We would love to hear your love languages and your partner's love languages, and whatever crazy situations or some good story about how love languages help you out, right? So every Wednesday we're going live on Facebook, and the times are 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. We would love to see you there, and we do giveaways as well. So make sure you're ready to answer the question. We'll have a question for our listeners, and if you get the question right, you'll be able to spin the wheel, right? And get free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff, man? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be awesome, right?
Yeah.
Don't forget to check out our website, www.loveologypodcast.com. Check it out. And inbox us if you have any questions on anything, right? We're just starting a conversation. We're not experts. We don't do everything perfectly, but we just sharing our experiences, and hopefully you can share yours. And so we just want to start the conversation, continue the conversation with us via email, or like I said, you can do it on live or whatever. You got anything for the people, Love?
No, just remember to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts too. That'd be great. That's it.
That's it. So we're going to keep it short and sweet today. I love you people. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are amazing. And man, I just can't wait to continue to use this love language to the best of our ability. And man, it just makes it so much easier just to be able to show my love to my wife.
Oh,
right?
Yes. I'm definitely happy that we discovered this for sure, because yeah. You just run around not feeling loved if you're not receiving it. And like I said, ours is just so opposite of each other that we would have never felt love. You just don't love me. Right. So it's awesome. So I hope everybody takes the quiz and try it out and start loving each other in the language that you understand.
The language of love, right? Talk to y'all later. Holla at you. Loveologist.
You've been listening to the Loveology Podcast. Did you have fun with us today? Tell a friend about our show. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep the conversation going. Be sure to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Visit us at loveologypodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time, Loveologists.